Hello everybody. So using Screencast-O-Matic, all you had to do was type in Screencast-O-Matic on the screen on the dashboard of your web browser, and then you open this page here. Now you type in Screencast-O-Matic. So you click on this orange button twice, to get to where I am right now. You're going to see this window, this dotted line window. If you don't see it immediately, you want to minimize things you're seeing. Maybe it's in the background or something. You have other pages open, okay? So here, and when that opens, I'm going to take you guys through using Thinkercad, right? So Thinkercad again, you search in your browser, Thinkercad, and you click on the icon that comes up when you open the page, right? Where it says Thinkercad, click on it, and you get here. So when you're here, you're going to see this is the work plane, this blue work mat. Now, it's better to work with a movable with a mouse, okay? So when you have your mouse USB plugged in, or when you have the connecting cable, connector plugged in, you want to hold down the right button and then move to change the view, because this work plane lets you see what you're working on from different angles, like the orbit in Inventor, okay? And then now the task I wanted you guys to do was to model a wrench, right? So a wrench has the bell part, the ball part, the ball circle part has the handle wrench handle, and then has the other end of it, the one that the work part of it that has the different shaped for opening screws, right? Okay, yeah. For opening bolt nuts. Yeah, okay. So over here, so to get started, I'm going to start with now this is where you select shapes from. So this lets you pick shapes you're going to model with. Now you got the basic shapes, which is where we're at right now, right? Basic shapes, polygon. You've got box, cylinder, sphere, roof, cone, round roof. You also have on your Tinkercad selection for modeling, you have text and numbers. So you can either use a bulk text or you can use numbers. You can use alphabets, right? And I think they got something else. They got something else in the background. Okay. So those are numbers, real numbers. All right. So you can also go to characters. Yeah, characters are like you have the hand, you have the spectacles, you have shades, you have the Bernie hat, you have astronauts and all that. You also have circuit assemblies. So assemblies are things that are already put together, different shapes put together in one. Okay, then you have dinosaurs and a couple other things, right? Now, important things, just like you have your constraints in Inventor, right? Now you have things that help you do the work over here. Here you have constraints, you have the group, so that makes things combine together. You have the ungroup, so it kind of separates them, okay, when they're combined together. If you want to go back, you have align, yep, just like you have constraints in Inventor, again, like I said. And here you have the mirror, okay? So here you have a few other tools. You have duplicate, you have paste, and you have copy. Right, okay, so I'm going to get started. Now to make the wrench, so I'm going to start with the basic shapes. I go here, I open basic shapes. I'm going to start with a cylinder. That's what the video I put for you guys to watch, started with a cylinder. So I'm going to put a cylinder over here on the mat, right? Now the shape, the size it wanted you to work with was 25 by 25. So I click on the spot at the corners. When you click on an object, you see the corner spots. Okay, those corner spots are what you pull to get the right dimension you want. So I'm trying to make it 25 by 25. Okay, so I make that side 25. I got to make the other side 25 as well. So when I get here, so that's 25 by 25. Now the video said to use use a ring or a tube to work with the cylinder to make the first part of the wrench, the ball circular part of the wrench. But I want to use, because to me that part has like a polygonal size, for gripping on nuts, right? Bolts and nuts. So yeah, so I'm going to take a polygon which I can make to be a number of sides, the number of sides I want it to be, right? Now when you bring in a shape, the dialog box for that basic shape you're bringing here lets you work on that shape. So here for the polygon, right now my polygon has 6 sides, but I can increase the number of sides. So I go all the way to the end. So 12 sides, right? Okay, so I'm going to use it with 12 sides, right? Which is what I think is more like what the wrench ball end has, okay? So here I go there, and then you could also bevel it, right? But I don't really need to bevel it. Okay, and segments. I need to show the segments. But anyway, I'm going to leave it this way, right? So here, now to make a hole out of my cylinder, I need to click on my cylinder. Now I need to size the polygon first. So I want it to be 20, so it fits into my cylinder, right? My cylinder is 25, remember? So I hold the point again, and I take it down to 20 on both sides. Already 20. Okay, so 20 by 20. Forget that. Okay, so 20 by 20. Now to put them together, I left click, and then I hold down Shift with my left hand, and I left click again to select. So both of them are selected. The polygon, and I click on Align, right? Now it tells me that I want to align them according to these spots here, okay? Do I want them to align on this edge here? Do I want them to align on the center? So I want them aligned center, but I'm first going to align them on the center here, okay? So they're on the same line. So I click on that center part here, and I come to this side and I center them as well. So they're perfectly centered. Oh yeah, I forgot to do something. So I had to move this cylinder down to four. I believe this is in centimeters. Yeah, okay. I will check that out, the settings for if it's centimeters or in inches. So anyway, so I bring this down now to adjust the height. Now these points help you adjust the width and the breadth, or the width and the length. This one here lets you adjust the height. So I'm going to bring down the height till it's exactly 4 over there. 4, right? Yep. 3 now, so I got to take it up 1. So 4, right? Okay. So now I want to align them. So I left click on that again. Hold Shift, left click on this. Then I believe they're aligned there already on this angle. So I'm going to click on Align, right? I just need to align them on this side now. So I click on this one, and then my polygon fits perfectly into my cylinder. I'm going to click on Group. Okay, so Group makes them join together. Okay, and I needed to make my cylinder to be whole, because I want it to be a hole. So I make that a hole. Okay, so I need to ungroup first. Okay. All right. So I need to align them. I need to make that a hole because that's what I want to use it for. So I click on this one, and I select the hole. So it's eventually going to be a hole in my cylinder, okay? So then I can align, make sure they're aligned, right? I do this, do that, holding the Shift button, then I do align, and they're already aligned along this axis. I need to align them along this axis. So I click on this one. Then they're perfectly aligned, and then I can say group. Then I have a hole, okay? Polygonal hole inside my cylinder, okay? All right. So you can see it has the 12 sides, right? Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, right? I'm going to make the workhorse part of the wrench, the bar part of it. So that I can use a box for, right? So I'm going to take a box here, I'm going to put it out here. Now I want that box to be, let's see, what's the right size to use? Now to make it match my circular part, I need it to be long, so I can make it to be about maybe 60. So I'm going to pull it out to maybe 60. No, I've gone more than 60 already. I think it should be about 70. Let's go to 70. So I'm watching this one here. Okay, so that's the length. So it goes out to 70. Now I want it to match my cylinder, but it fits in like a smaller width. So I'm gonna make the width. Gonna make the width to be that was 25. So I'm gonna make that one to be maybe 10. So I pull that in to make it 10. Okay. All right. So that's 10. Then I want it to be the same height. So I'm going to pull this one down till I get to 4. So pull that down to 4, right? Okay. Now I'm going to align them because I want them to join together. So I'm going to left click on this one. I don't need to make that a hole because it's going to be like a solid, right? I'm just joining two solids together now. So I left click on that and I hold shift and click on that. Then I click on align. That's the align button again. So when I align, it's asking me along what axis do I want to align them. So like I did before, I want them to align along this axis here. Now I don't need to align them here because I don't want it centered on the pole, right? I want this to fit into the pole. So what I got to do is move so I see what I'm doing. Then I can move this one. Oh yeah, I didn't click on join. So I need to left click on this. Hold shift, left click on that and say join. Group rather. Okay, so to group, I'm kind of trying to, no, not yet. Okay, I shouldn't have done the group yet. Okay, so I'm going to pull this one. I'm going to pull this one to come close. I need to ungroup, right? So I need to pull this one close to touch that one, right? I need to fuse into it a little bit. Okay, so I push it in, but not to go to the center, to the middle part of it. Okay, and then when they're joined like so, I need to make sure they're really touching, make sure it really fuses into it. Okay, just a little bit more, just a tiny little bit more. Perfect. Okay, all right, so now being like that, then I need to make sure they're still aligned. I left click on this one, hold shift, left click on that one, and then go back to my align button, and then I still click on that one. So they're both perfectly aligned now, right? Okay. Then I can say group. I think I group it, yeah. Yeah, say group, right? All right. So now you see they're aligned and they're exactly the same color now. So now I'm going to do the other part of the other end of the wrench. So I'm going to bring another cylinder. Going to bring another cylinder, right? I'm going to make it the size I want it to be. Let's still make it 25. So I'm going to hold this down, move it till I get to 25. 25, right? And I'm going to hold this and make it 20, and bring that to 4, like I did the other ones, right? Then I want to make the hole in it, but that hole is different from this one. So I'm going to bring the polygon again. So I bring the polygon, right? Now that polygon, I believe I can make it to be about, now it's a different, I mean,